obstacle course.
The obstacle.
It was the obstacle course. The swing on the rope that I've never done before.
You interact with other kids and you got to know them better.
Working on like teamwork. To really know each other because we had to, figure out clever ways to get through the obstacles. They really got to bond. It was awesome. Like the whole Christ coming back thing. You don't know when it's going to happen. You want to be ready for it. Honestly, I want everybody around me to be ready too. So.
Levi, which chair are you going to decide to sit in this week? Are you going to sit in the hypocrite or a struggling Christian, or are you going to be a model Christian that's over here in this first chair?
The fireworks, because I got scared both times. You aren't always prepared for life.
To be Stevens, because it was not only funny, it was talking about real stuff, and it was touching people's hearts.
One is the Roman cross builder. I've heard it plenty of times, but it is my favorite sermon. I absolutely love watching Jody do it. The idea of actually going back into that time period and getting to watch, the cross builder who you don't really think about, the people who actually had actual parts into leading up to Jesus' crucifixion. My favorite thing, it was at the end of it, Jody was talking about, supporting each other and carrying each other's cross, and that was really, really powerful to me.
That last night, it really touched everybody. It was really compelling. Well, for me, I believe there's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that night I had my calling. And I figured out that I was going to be a preacher. God just takes over. It's amazing how he just starts literally speaking through you. You don't even know what you're doing. It's overwhelming. What really, just touched me is how many people came up to the altar that night and had all those chains. It was on the last night, everybody just had it on them because they were afraid to come up to the altar and be embarrassed. But everybody, every single person went up to the altar and prayed. And it was about 2 hours that we just sat up at the altar and we prayed. It was just life-changing.
The way it changed people's lives.
He went down to the altar and, I went down and prayed for him, and I don't know what happened, but it was just there, and I started talking and praying into his life, and it was just weird because it wasn't really me talking, it was weird, and then I got up and I was like, whoa, what was that? And then another one of my friends was down the altar and I went and prayed for him, and the same kind of thing happened, and I just, it was still messing with me, and then I stood up and I was sitting there and I was worshiping stuff, and then I it came to realize why am I not down on that altar too? Why haven't I done this? And then I went down on the altar and gave it all up and lost it. And and then after I prayed, and all these people were around me, and just really getting to see and feel the love from other people and from God was just incredible. But I don't know, it was just an overall insane experience. It was by far the best service I'd have ever sitting in. Just where I get to I looked around at the youth and I see all of us, our hearts open before God. It was insane. It was crazy. Yeah. We were sitting there and I was praying for somebody, and I had my hand on 2 people, and one of my best friends walked up to me and he wrapped his arms around me and just started bawling, and I lost it. It was the end of it for me. I couldn't even comprehend what was going on anymore. That was probably something I'll never forget. Just how sincere it all was.
Well, first I was really thinking, if I'm gonna go up there, and I knew that I was gonna cry, but I knew that I'm just gonna go up there, and I'm just gonna help people. And when we got up there, it was just amazing because you knew what was going on at that point, and everybody was just, like I said, coming out of their shell. And
the Saturday night lesson, we were all, together, and everybody just kind of, we all felt free that last night. We were having the altar call, and at first it was just a few people up there and we're all praying, but then next thing you know, we're all like, the whole youth group is up there and we're praying together, and just like we're not caring about what's going on around us. We're just in the moment there with God and focused on Him.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Refreshing.
Life-changing.
Overwhelming, I mean.
Undescribable.